Right now, your body is saying things you never agreed to say. Your feet, your eyebrows, even your shoulders. They all talk, and they started before you finished your first sentence. Most people never learn the language. Today, you will. 12 signals. How to read them on everyone around you. How to stop leaking them yourself. And which famous ones are complete nonsense. Fair warning, at least one of these you're doing right now. Let's start with the lie you will absolutely see today, probably within the hour. Noodle is at a party. A coworker tells a joke that lands like a wet towel, and Noodle does the polite thing. Big smile, teeth out, corners up. The coworker's face drops anyway, because that smile came from the mouth alone, and the mouth is easy. A real smile fires a second muscle, the ring around your eyes, and that one barely takes orders. It squeezes the eyes narrow, lifts the cheeks, folds little crow's feet at the corners. No eye squeeze, no joy, just teeth. Scientists named the real one after the researcher who mapped it, the Duchenne smile. Now open your last group photo. The mouth said cheese. Did the eyes show up? Yeah, everyone can tell. This next one explains why you can feel a conversation is over long before anyone says so. Noodle catches a friend in the hallway. The friend's face is doing everything right, smiling, nodding, polite little sounds. So Noodle talks for 10 more minutes. What Noodle never checks? The feet. Both of them quietly rotated toward the exit around mine at 1. Here's the thing. Faces are trained liars. You've rehearsed yours in mirrors since you were 5. Feet never got that training. They're wired for running, so they simply aim at where the body wants to be. The door, the buffet, the person someone actually likes. Experts call these intention cues. In your next boring meeting, glance under the table and count the shoes pointing at the exit. Then quietly check your own. You send the next signal in under a fifth of a second, and you've been sending it since before you could talk. Noodle spots an old classmate across the street. Before Noodle even decides whether to say hi, both eyebrows jump. Up, down, done. The classmate's eyebrows answer. That's it, contract signed. Now they have to do small talk, and neither one knows why. That tiny jump is a recognition beacon. Researchers filmed it in cultures on every continent. Same flash, same speed, same meaning. I see you, you're one of mine. Get no flashback, and you feel the cold shoulder instantly, even if you can't say what was missing. It's called the eyebrow flash. Try to suppress yours next time you spot a friend. You can't. It already fired. Number 4 is what your hands do when your brain needs a hug. Noodle is in a job interview. The hard question comes, and the answer is actually fine. But one hand has already crawled up to the neck and started rubbing. Then it tugs the sleeve. Then back to the neck. The interviewer stops hearing words and starts watching that hand. Under stress, your body soothes itself the way a parent calms a baby. Touch the neck, stroke the hair, rub the hands together. It dials the inner alarm down a notch. It doesn't mean someone is lying. It means the last 5 seconds stung, and the hands are marking exactly which 5 seconds. The official term, pacifying behaviors. And you did one today, scrolling with one hand, the other parked on your face. That wasn't an itch. This next one happens in every good conversation you've ever had, and it's why some strangers feel like old friends within 10 minutes. Noodle is on a coffee date. The date leans in. Noodle leans in. The date lifts the cup. Noodle lifts the cup. Same sip, same second. Noodle notices none of it and just thinks, wow, we click. That's the trick. When we like someone, we copy them automatically. Posture, gestures, pace. And being copied makes them like us right back. Waiters who simply repeat an order in the customer's own words collect bigger tips. Salespeople learned this long ago and do it on purpose. Psychologists call it the chameleon effect. Now picture you and your best friend on a couch. Same slouch, same crossed leg. Who copies whom? Neither. Both. The next one turns a grown adult back into a kid who forgot the homework. Team meeting. The boss asks whose part is missing, and Noodle knows the answer. Watch the body. Shoulders climb toward the ears, head sinks, chin tucks in. A slow motion attempt to disappear into itself. The boss scans the room and locks onto Noodle in 2 seconds. Of course, shrinking is an ancient protection reflex. Hide the neck, take less space. Whisper, don't pick me with your whole skeleton. The problem is, it broadcasts exactly the thing it's trying to hide. Confidence takes up space. Fear hands it back. This one is called the turtle effect. Quick check. Where are your shoulders right now while you think about your unread messages? Yeah, pull them down. Better. Signal 7 ruins deals. Not because people send it, because people can't read it. Noodle pitches an idea to an investor. The investor says nothing, just leans back and presses the fingertips of both hands together like a tiny church roof. Noodle reads the silence as rejection, panics, and starts backpedaling. Lower price, extra promises, nervous jokes. The investor's hands drop. Deal gone. Here's the painful part. That finger tent is one of the strongest confidence signals a body can send. It says, I'm comfortable, I'm sure, I was probably about to say yes. Noodle talked a yes into a no. The gesture is called steepling. Want to catch yourself doing it? Watch your hands next time you explain something you're actually certain about. There's the roof. Number 8 is your eyelids trying to build a wall. Noodle tells the roommate the rent is going up. The roommate says that's fine, while pressing a palm over both eyes and holding it there, like the news might leave if the room gets dark enough. The words said fine. The eyes filed a complaint. When we hear or see something we hate, we physically block it. Extra long blinks, squeezed lids, rubbing, a full hand shield. Children who were born blind do it too when they hear bad news. So nobody learned this from watching. It's factory wiring, and the timing is the tell. Whatever landed right before the eyes closed, that was the hit. The term is eye blocking. You did it at your phone this week. Bad text, thumb still scrolling, eyes shut, one beat, too long. That was a wall. The next signal isn't a movement at all. It's the invisible bubble you're carrying this very second. At a party, a perfectly friendly stranger talks to Noodle from one step too close. Noodle steps back, the stranger steps forward. Noodle steps back. Over one conversation, Noodle drifts across the entire room and ends up pinned against a bookshelf, still nodding politely. Everyone carries distance rings, an intimate zone for partners and family, a personal zone for friends, a social zone for everyone else. The exact sizes shift with culture and crowded cities. The rings themselves never disappear. Step into a ring without a ticket, and the other body starts negotiating space, no matter how friendly the words stay. The science of the bubble is called proxemics. It's why a half-empty bus fills every other seat first. You've obeyed it all your life. Number 10 is how a body leaves a conversation while the mouth stays in it. Noodle is deep in a story. Mid-sentence, the friend's upper body begins a slow rotation. Shoulders, chest, belly button, swinging away toward the door, while the face stays politely aimed at Noodle, still saying, uh-huh. Noodle only checks the face, so Noodle keeps talking. Mistake. We point our torso, the soft, unprotected front of us, at things we trust and like. We swing it away from things we're done with. The face is the polite one. The belly button never learned manners. When they aim at different places, believe the belly button. Turning the front away is called ventral denial. Check your next group photo. Every face points at the camera. Every torso leans toward the favorite person. Time for the two most famous body language facts on the internet. Both are wrong. First victim, crossed arms. Noodle gives a presentation and spots a colleague in the front row, arms locked across her chest. Noodle's brain screams she hates it. The voice wobbles. 3 slides get skipped in pure panic. Afterwards, she says it was the best talk of the quarter. The room was freezing, and the chairs had no armrests. Crossed arms got branded as rejection, but most of the time it's simple self-comfort. Warmth, tiredness, nowhere to put the arms. Watch when the arms cross and what the face does. One frozen signal alone proves nothing. People who read people call the pose what it usually is, a self-hug. And be honest, cold room, no armrests. You're sitting like that right now, aren't you? And now, the grand finale. The most quoted number in communication, and it's nonsense. A seminar coach tells Noodle that 93% of communication is body language, and words are only 7%. Noodle writes it down with 3 stars. Okay, quick test. If words really carried 7%, you could watch any foreign film without subtitles and still understand almost everything. Try that tonight. The number comes from 2 small lab studies in the 60s about single emotional words where tone and face contradicted the word. It was about feelings, never about information, and the researcher himself spent decades asking people to stop misquoting him. The real lesson still stands, and it's this entire video. When the words and the body disagree, we believe the body. Everything else is the Mehrabian myth. You've quoted it too. It's okay. So did the coach. So, 12 signals, 2 busted myths, and a body that's been talking behind your back the whole time. Which one got you? The turtle? The fake smile? Confess in the comments. The honest ones get pinned. And if your body leaks this much, wait until you hear what your brain falls for on purpose. The persuasion video is on your screen right now. Subscribe so the next one finds you. Use your Noodle. See you in the next one.